Overpromised with Covino and Rich. Do it.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. Where are we going?
We're going back to New York. Do you see them in anticipation of his first game back? Pete Alonso said, be there or be square. I love that guy.
No, I'm not going. I'm going to Yankee game.
No.
Let's go, Yankees.
Be there or be square.
We're Covino and Rich. Welcome to Overpromised. Fox Sports Radio, Monday through Friday. 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. Just search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcast. Maybe you hear us filling in for Dan Patrick once in a while, filling in for the herd, but we do our own show. Check it out. And thank you for being here. This is our bonus show.
Yeah.
All the extra content, because we only get 2 hours a day on Fox Sports Radio.
All the extra stuff goes here. And before we get into the Dodgers and you have a bone to pick with Will Smith, I do want to say rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Over the last day or so, I think we've all realized that he played a bigger part in our childhoods than we thought.
Man, Hollywood on social media pouring their hearts out in tribute. Jim Carrey today just saying, what a treasure he was. Everybody. We had the pleasure of interviewing him and meeting him. Super handsome, super talented, and just a super nice guy. And yeah, big loss because we all loved a movie. You ask anybody, they're going to have a different favorite.
Yeah, but has the pressure been felt by you to finally watch Top Gun Maverick?
No.
Okay.
But maybe in honor, maybe in tribute, or maybe I'll just watch Tombstone. So I don't know. I'll do something in tribute this weekend to a legend.
Take a timeout from baseball because it's like automatic that the Dodgers win. So yesterday they have Ohtani bobblehead night.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but a bunch of weenies are lined up all day for a little toy.
Meanwhile, everybody ended up getting one anyway, right? Like 40,000 people. And Ohtani did what true superstars do on big nights. They rise to the occasion. And that's what's so awesome yet gross about it. And I say gross because he's so good it's disgusting.
Yeah, we're watching something very special.
Seriously.
But the Dodgers, I'm not saying they're going to go 162-0, but I wonder what we as a collective are rooting for. Are you rooting for history? Because I am, but the reason I'm rooting for history is a bitchy hater reason.
Oh, petty?
Is a petty hater bitchy reason. Because when you look in sports history, what has happened to every greatest team in every sport? Hey, fucking choke in the playoffs. And I'm guessing that this Dodgers team, I would not be shocked even a little bit if they won 120 games.
Well, it's because the pressure's so high. Yeah. Right? Expectations are so high, but maybe the Dodgers aren't playing with that because they already won last year. So now they're on cruise control to do it again. But right now, as we speak, you might be watching in the future, right? Who knows when you're watching this, but thanks for watching. They're undefeated, 8-0, Padres 7-0. The Braves haven't won a game yet.
That's awesome.
But the Dodgers also making history. That's the greatest start after winning a championship ever. Because a lot of times teams win a championship, then they get a little cold, right? And they're riding off of that. They are just dominant on every level. My whole side is this. Rich is watching for petty reasons and caring for petty reasons. I'm saying that how could you not be watching just to watch history in the making, right? Because what we're seeing could be once in a lifetime sort of thing where you're feeding the ducks with your grandkids, and they're going to say, Grandpa, did you watch the 2025 Dodgers? Well, I'm not a fan, but I'll tell you, I did. And, being out here in L.A., I do keep my eye close every night just to see what all of these dudes are doing because they're making history, dude.
Grandpa,
they're insane.
Was that before robots played?
Yeah.
Hey, damn, Skippy. Right now.
How could you not be watching?
Right now, again, I said the number, but the record is 116 wins by the 0-1 Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up losing in the ALCS against your Yankees.
Better believe it.
So you got to ask yourself, is this team capable of beating that record? And my answer is abso-freaking-lutely. I think this team's going to win 120 games. And then you just got to hope that Mookie, Shohei, all these guys get cold as ice come October. That's the only chance other people have. Mets, Padres, Phillies, Yankees. They just have to hope that come October baseball, they shit the bed, much like the Mariners, greatest baseball team ever. Could we go to the Patriots? 16-0, 18-0. They lose to the barely makes the playoff Giants.
Nightmare. So we're wondering, Could the Dodgers be the team that breaks the streak, or will this pressure get to them and they crumble? Now, Rich, I got to back you up on this. And I'll say rest in peace again, the great George Foreman. I guarantee it. I guarantee, because there's so much depth in their pitching roster and the roster period, in the lineup, that the Dodgers break the Mariners' 2001 record, 116.
116 and 46.
So I think that's a guarantee and more reason to watch. Like, when you see greatness, you don't have to like them. You don't have to like the Dodgers, right? Screw them and their deferring of payments and every superstar under the planet. But you have to embrace greatness, whether it be in acting, Val Kilmer, you got to embrace it. Yep. Whether it be in entertainment, music, sports especially. Like, you didn't root for the Bulls growing up unless you were from Chicago, but you embraced Michael Jordan. So what Shohei is doing with this team, and it's not just Shohei, it's this team, you got to embrace the moment and then root against them when it counts. Yep, so I'm with you.
How do you figure out why every greatest team in all four major sports? I'm going to replace hot dog eating with hockey for this conversation. Okay. Okay. I know you usually acknowledge hockey below hot dog eating.
Yeah.
Well, I said it. The Mariners, 116 and 46. They lose to the Yanks in the ALCS. Let's go to the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers, and I know they have LeBron, and I know LeBron could take over a game, and that was in his prime. The Golden State Warriors were 73 and 9. They lost 9 games all year, and then they lost 4 out of 5 to the Cleveland Cavs. So that team couldn't get the job done. So look at this. Best NBA team ever loses. Best baseball team ever loses. We mentioned the Patriots. Best football team ever loses. I'm not a big hockey guy. Best hockey team ever, the 2022-23 Boston Bruins, 65 and 12, 135 points. President's Cup, the whole deal. Guess what? Losing the playoffs.
See, it's interesting when you really break down the words and what we're saying, we start to believe the words and believe the hype, right? Yeah. You're saying greatest team ever. False, right? Because when I think of baseball, I think the greatest team ever is not the Seattle Mariners of 2001. Not the greatest team ever. They have the greatest record ever. Me personally, I think the 1998 Yankees were the greatest team ever.
Or the 86 Mets.
Or this year's Dodgers, right? No, yeah.
I mean, why don't you ask the guy that was on both teams, Darryl Strawberry, who said the 86 Mets would have whooped the 96 Yankees.
Yeah, that's big dreaming. I believe it. So anyway,
I believe you more than the guy that was on both.
It's just we buy into these words. Just because they have the greatest record doesn't mean they were the greatest team, and this proves it, or else they would have went all the way. They did not rise to that occasion. Will the Dodgers be the ones to break the streak? Never seems to pan out that way. Pressure, expectations, I don't know. But if you're not embracing this current moment, you, my friend, are missing out. Shohei is unbelievable, dude.
The Padres, this has happened one time in baseball history before. I could be wrong, maybe more than once, but there was a time where a 100-win team didn't win a division. Like the Padres, for all we know, could be 162 and come in second place. The Dodgers are that good. It's a moment. Embrace it. Now, speaking of sports, not the Will Smith on the Dodgers. Another Will Smith has you all bothered. I'm shocked by this for some reason.
I acknowledge that he portrayed one of my heroes, the great Muhammad Ali.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a show that you skipped.
I was never a fan. You know, my fandom of Will Smith really ended. This is just my own personal take. Who cares? I know people love Will Smith, but I watched Parents Just Don't Understand. I enjoyed that on MTV. I liked it, but I was never really a Will Smith guy. You know, I watched some of his movies, whatever.
You don't like Independence Day?
I like it. I don't love it.
I
don't
Hitch?
No, I don't.
You don't like I said, Fresh Prince?
There's something phony baloney about the guy. It doesn't resonate with me. I don't know. So Is he talented? Is he handsome? Is he super popular? Yeah, of course. You know, nothing I say is going to change that. Congrats on his success. But you know who I was a fan of and still am? Chris Rock. So when he did what he did on that stage and in that moment, the slap heard around the world, that rubbed my butthole in such a terrible way that I'll never forgive the dude. And you know what? That's the sentiment of his new album. He has a new album out this week. 56-year-old Will Smith put out a new album based on a true story. And the Barbershop song is the first track on the new album. And he has a video for it. And the whole sentiment is, I'm never going to forgive him for what he did.
So he's addressing people like you.
Oh, yeah. So, because this is what people are talking about at the barbershop. Take a listen and look-see. It's also featuring Jazzy Jeff on this track. Take a listen, Will Smith's new track, and then we're going to discuss
Okay. Now,
other players and athletes that you'll never forgive.
Ever. Now, if we're going to get this Will Smith queued up, let me bring out a guy who, I mean, I thought people sort of forgave him, but I guess not. You saw him come out on Monday Night Raw, about a month ago?
Oh. Yeah, that's a very controversial one.
I remember thinking it was the debut of Raw. That's what it was on Netflix. And I was like, oh, man, people got to cheer the Hulkster. But guess what? Hulk Hogan, no one likes him anymore. I don't know if it's politics, and a lot of people say, no, it's the racist comments.
People say terrible things, do terrible things. You don't have to forgive them. Again, look, we love and believe in second chances and forgiveness. But Michael Richards is on that campaign for a while. You know, Kanye West is sort of burying himself. You don't have to forgive him if you don't want. I don't necessarily ever want to forgive Will Smith. Take a listen and take a look at his new video.
Will Smith is canceled. Oh, you can't cancel no icon. Walking around like he all invincible or somebody.
Don't be messing with Will.
He the Fresh Prince. Who the Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids.
What?
No, he is. Yes, he is. No, he is. Yes, he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that stuff he did.
So that's the whole premise of the new
is
song.
to address guys like you that are like, I'm never going to give Will Smith.
And it all comes back to that in the hook. So, of course, who are the Hulk Hogans of the world who were once your hero or people loved them and now
You're never
getting
gonna,
booed,
never
right?
going to forgive him.
For me personally, and this is a question directed to you, right? Everyone has their own.
Yeah.
You can chime in at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. It could be in the world of sports or entertainment. Doesn't really matter. For me, Aroldis Chapman, F that guy forever, especially now that he's a New York Yankee. A Boston Red Sox, former Yankee Red Sox. Screw that flame-throwing asshole. I'm not an Aroldis Chapman fan. Does he have his place in baseball history? Absolutely.
Why are you hating on Chappie?
Everything about him, Chappie.
You used to love him.
Get
You're like,
out
yeah,
of here.
Chappie.
No, because he sucked. There's certain players that are always great when it doesn't matter. I know he won his World Series, did his things with the Cubs and all that stuff. But when he came to New York, he never really delivered the way we wanted him to. And if you guys remember, he didn't show up to a mandatory practice. He was always having trouble with Booney and the other teammates. And there was a lot of rumblings going on. He was causing a lot of havoc in the clubhouse. And in the 2002 ALDS, there was like a mandatory practice that he didn't show up to.
2022?
So they kept him off the roster, man. Ended up hurting the team because we were short a reliever in the bullpen. So, he just didn't show up. Didn't show up. You're getting paid all that money and you're just pouting and not showing up because of whatever reason, because you have a conflict with the manager. Whatever the case was, I hate how he left the Yankees, and I'll never root for that guy again. I hated how he just underdelivered. He sat on the mound sweating bullets all the time.
I feel that way about
They'd have to put a tarp out just for him sweating bullets all the time.
I feel like that way about Marcus Stroman. He left the Mets, and he was like, and because things didn't go his way, he cried racism, said the fans were terrible, the organization. So you can have him.
I'll take him.
You
don't have to forgive him. That's the thing. Do I have to forgive Will Smith because he put out a new album? No, I
other
don't
people-
like what he did until I see him crying on Oprah, forgiving and embracing. When Chris Rock says, "I forgive him," then I'll forgive him. Okay.
Well, you know who? And it's such a silly reason too. Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of reasons to roll your eyes at him, but there's people that hate him because he, quote, lied about the COVID stuff. Remember, he's like, I'm immunized. And remember, he was just playing.
He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
He was playing verbal gymnastics, and people were like, well, are you vaxxed or what? And since then, Aaron Rodgers went from, hey, the great quarterback in Green Bay, to now with the Jets, and who knows now, maybe the Steelers. His reputation has changed completely.
I'm never going to forgive him for that shit he did, Will Smith style. Next guy on my personal list, screw this guy. To the high heavens, Juan Soto.
That's ridiculous.
I'll tell you
he
what,
left in free agency?
I got a reason. Let the man speak. You just competed for a World Series. It's not like you were playing for the Angels and Shohei leaves to go win a title. You were just in the World Series. You asshead.
Yeah, but he went to a team that went equally as far,
You just
essentially.
had a World Series run. Everyone kissed your ass for a year, hoping you'd stay, and you chased the bag.
He watched
you
a
went
Mets
for the
team.
bag.
He watched the Mets team
Get
go
out of here
just
with
as
your
far
Mets.
with chemistry.
Get out of here. He left the Yankees, a World Series contender, for the money. Period. Not because he wanted to play with Lindor or the Mets, because the Mets are a class act organization. They're doing the schlong drop on second base. Class acts. He left the Yankees, who played in the World Series, who are going to run it back again.
The Mets
for the money.
The Mets
I don't have to
did
forgive
the exact
them.
same.
I don't have to forget. No, they didn't. They didn't make the World Series.
They went to the
Dodgers did.
NLCS,
They're not even
and
gonna
actually,
get,
they
they're not
won
gonna
more
win.
games. They won
They're
more
not
games
gonna
against the
win
Dodgers.
the NL.
They
They're
won
not
more
gonna
games.
Win. They're not going to win. Good luck. The Yankees will be in the World Series again. The Mets will not.
Get
Rich and I
swept.
have a bet on this. So what? Screw him. I don't need to forgive him.
I'll
love him.
give you someone that I'll know.
Look, do I hate Juan Soto? No, I don't have the energy for that. Do I forgive him? Do I root for him? No, I root for him to strike out.
All right, step aside Hulk Hogan. Step aside Will Smith and Aaron Rodgers, people that are not forgiven. I have one that it's really just selfish, but it's a guy that missed the easiest interception in 49ers football history. And if you remember, he dropped this easy as could possibly be interception. And I'm going to take you back. We were on the air when this happened. The Rams would go on to win the game and then win the Super Bowl. This was in the 49ers window. Tart. Jaquesti, I didn't want to say his name. Tart with 2 T's. The second ones were terrible. This guy, wide open. The ball was thrown to Matthew Stafford, put it in his hands, drops it. Guess what happens? Rams go, score, win, go to the Super Bowl, win. 49ers, blown opportunity. I don't know if I could have ever. He's not on the team anymore.
You know what, man? You don't have to forgive him. Just like I don't want to forgive Will Smith, at least right now, right?
Fair.
You don't have to forgive him.
Fine.
But physical errors, to me, are more forgivable than mental errors. Mental error or just some saying or doing something terrible holds a lot more weight than, oh, man, Bill Buckner, I'll never forgive him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, that's Rich's prerogative. And the last guy for me that I'll never forgive. Never forgive for what he did.
Was like
Me
Robinson Cano? I don't know. Who was it?
Another guy that chased the bag. Yeah, he ruined his own career.
Great.
You know, so he has to live with that. He was never the same after he left the Yankees. Let him live with that. I don't care. Let him play for the SpongeBob SquarePants team in Mexico. I'll never forgive Ivan Drago for what he did, bro. What he did? Killing Apollo Creed in the ring. Apollo had had enough.
Throw in the tie.
And then he was heartless about it. If he dies, he dies. No remorse. F that guy.
Yeah, but you saw him
I'll
in,
never forgive
hold on.
him.
You saw him in Creed 2, and it seems like, he was a nice guy.
Dude, I was thinking about so many different things. I was thinking about when Mayweather took that cheap shot on Victor Ortiz during the break. I was thinking of so many people. I'm like, I'm not really mad about any of these things, but I don't have to forgive them, right? So, Ivan Drago, he killed one of my favorite characters. I don't like him.
That's
Screw
true.
him.
I'll never forgive the alligator that bit off Chubbs Peterson's hand. Speaking
Why?
of the late great,
And you know what, Rich? You don't have to.
The late great Carl Weathers.
And you don't have to. But that being said, Will Smith, he has a new album out. And the whole premise, I'm going to never forgive him for that shit he did. Do you forgive Will Smith? And who else are you not forgiving?
Will Smith is canceled. Oh, you can't cancel no icon. He walking around like he all invincible or somebody.
Don't be messing with Will.
He the Fresh Prince. Who the fuck Will Smith think
cursing
he
now.
is?
Ooh.
And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids. No, he is. Yes, he is. No, he is. Yes, he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
Me either.
Will Smith
Man,
used to be
I thought
cool.
Will Smith didn't have to curse in his records to win Grammys.
Well, guess what? Now he does. So F him and F you too. Thank you guys.
Now, there's one last thing, and I'm going to let you take the lead because I don't know if it's real or fake. And to be honest, I don't think either one of us care.
Neither do I.
don't
Look,
really.
we're coming off of April Fools, right? The last April Fools ever. A lot of
Yeah.
people are saying, yeah, it's over.
It's done.
Jack Mack of Barstool, his whole thing was when corporations get involved,
It's been that way, yeah.
it becomes corporate, it's done.
I said on Fox the other day, they posted a clip. I think April Fool's has jumped the shark. It's a dead holiday.
It's a dead holiday because every day is April Fool's. You never know what to believe on the internet, right? What's under the pyramids? Toblerone, apparently. They found Bigfoot the other day.
Yeah.
There's aliens
I
everywhere.
just read Spot sent us a story earlier today about declassified CIA documents that aliens turned Russian people into rock.
So
Oh, no?
every day is you trying to figure out, am I getting got? Is it a joke or not? Gotcha, April. So April Fool's just passed. This might be fake, but it's very possible that it's real, so I don't care either way. I saw a video today that's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
What do you want to see first? Some of the real ones?
I want to see ones that we know are real first. And the Dodgers do a great job of this. We've seen them that they are. This is true.
They just did their World Series drone show. And what they're doing at Dodger Stadium is insane. You know, fireworks are great, but these drone shows are next level.
It's pretty insane what they could do. So take a look at Dodger Stadium. And look at that. I mean,
and we saw what they did for Fernando Valenzuela.
Freddie with the bat up. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's insane. And then there was another one that was going viral, Rich, of Ice Cube and Dave Roberts dropping low, and people honestly didn't know if it was real or not. I still don't know, but I don't see why it would be fake. I mean, if it's fake, who cares? Ice Cube and Dave Roberts. Like, these drone shows are next level, and when you're spending all this money on tickets for you and your family, you kind of want to get those tickets. You want to see that Ohtani tribute or the World Series tribute or some sort of Shohei with his dog tribute. They got Shohei with his dog. Right? They got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So when you see all these videos and what's possible, and you're like, wow, man, I can't believe they're doing this stuff. When you see the video I saw today, yeah, it could be fake, but it very much could be real. There is a video of King Kong scaling the Empire State Building via drones. Is it fake? I don't know, but it's cool as hell.
I so badly want to say if it's real, it might be the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, look at that. And the truth is, people are even questioning the Dodgers videos. Are they real? So is that real? I don't know.
I love
Truthfully,
it.
I don't care. April Fools, whatever, you got me. But it's just a matter of time before we see it anyway. And I want to see it now, so let's make it happen. So enjoy your drone shows. Enjoy your baseball. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy a good Val Kilmer movie.
And
look at this stuff. It's insane.
Until next week, have a great one. Arrivederci, baby.
We'll see you in the Overpromised land.
Bye-bye.
Go Yankees.